guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and
influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
And the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, but wow!
Nice! I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
And at one point, seems like ISO basketball was falling out of favor, Bill, but the Rockets have made a cornerstone of their success, that very thing.
True. For the regular season. And
right,
for the
and then it
early
changes,
rounds.
doesn't it? Right?
Yeah, I do wonder if it's like the run and shoot with football, where it's this.
You don't trust it, maybe? You don't trust it?
Yeah, it's for the regular season. You're playing a team once. They don't have time to scout it for a bunch of weeks. But, you know, when you get to the playoffs, you're playing the same team 7 times.
Scouting gets better.
Yeah, and players, you just played it 2 nights ago. You did play it against the same offense. You pick up little tricks. And I really wonder if you can win 4 straight rounds doing it.
Adams, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. And it's rebounded by Covington. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. House kicks to Covington. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Back to Covington. Now, here is Harden. D right on him. Shoots the 3, and Covington gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually like blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
and still stay competitive.
Build
so they get the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
Ball against Westbrook. Down low. Here's Tucker. Feeds it to Covington. Harden outside. And Harden with the stuff.
The bearded one cannot be intimidated. No matter how much contact Harden takes, he'll still find a way to finish.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Dort misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense. Forcing this man into a difficult attempt.
Let's go.
Defensive breakdown. And they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
Bill, defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff, like
well, what would you call
load management. We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work? Yeah.
Oppkjøret sammen.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one.
Yeah,
Stop saying that. I never said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah. Tamari Carroll's checked in for the Rockets. Austin Rivers comes in for Robert Covington. Then for the Thunder, Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Rivers. That's tipped. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Diallo. Great D that time from Green.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
They get it back. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Ferguson, guarded by McLemore. Ferguson's shot is good. Bill, you're a basketball historian, we know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
What about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the 60s, 70s, 80s. Oh. I think part of what hurts is people who go on YouTube and you watch some of the older stuff. Nobody's playing defense.
Clearly caught him off guard with that move. Not the guy you'd expect to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully there.
It's Rivers on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Rivers works hard when he's in the game. That's what you love about him. He's at his best when he's shooting the ball with confidence.
Rivers hits both of them. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Diallo the pass to Schroeder. Shoots from 14. That one wide left.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
No good there. The Rockets go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. Pass to Clemens. It's Rivers on the wing. Passes it to Green. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Carroll. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Houston on top. They're up by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
It's been a sort of long late.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GA spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Oklahoma City right now, you've got Dennis Schroeder. Noel is out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Robertson, and it's Ferguson in at the 3, his small forward. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House is checked in for McLemore. And James Harden subbed in for Austin Rivers. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Schroeder, left side. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young
25 this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I think.
The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. To the middle. And Covington gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook. Covington's got 4 points this quarter. And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
And
There's nothing anonymous about it.
No. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
I really care
Our
about
name is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. Harden dishes to Covington. He feeds it to Tucker. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money, and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall as the worst case scenario of it, but the situation. Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and now his supermax is $240 million instead of 180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are gonna be in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around?
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not
a percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Clemens, Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Here's Clemens. They get it again.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, it's just predictable.
Well, Bill, I know you've got to run. Marvelous to have you on the program. Wish we could do it more often.
Let's do it right now. I don't have to run. Can I stay?
Yes, you can
All
always
right.
stay.
I don't want to leave.
You have a free ticket here anytime you
want.
want.
To stay, please.
The microphone's always open.
Thank you.
And GA, what a pleasure to talk with Bill about this game. He brings that super fan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm.
It's Rivers on the wing. That's tipped. And here they come. Here's Diallo. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Rivers surveying the D. He got it up, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They were outscored by just a bit in the... And that does it for our half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. The Thunder have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. It's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Shoots from the line. Here's Adams, and he banks in the layup. Adams has got the lead up to 1 now for Oklahoma City. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Westbrook. That shot missing. Adams, some nice D. Oklahoma City shooting not great, 40% for the game. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. The kick out to Westbrook. Over Paul. Another miss by Houston.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
Outside Westbrook. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Russell Westbrook. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create. And coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Gallinari. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gallinari's got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Here's Westbrook. and misses it off the right side of the rim.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of the rest of his career.
Robertson, he's checked in for Chris Paul. Schroeder against Harden. The drive by Schroeder. Adams trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Schroeder. 10 points for him.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Green, he's checked in for Daniel House. And McLemore subbed in for James Harden. With the fadeaway. And that one goes long.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Houston moving the ball around. Here's Westbrook. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
There's the pass to Noel. Here's Gallinari. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Left side, Westbrook. Outside, Covington. Pass to McLemore. To the paint. Gallinari with the steal. There's the lob to the hoop. And Noel throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Westbrook's got 7.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Now there's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
He gets that one. Muscala's got his first basket of the night.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And Westbrook, here we go. And that one, good.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
The Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Westbrook against Schroeder. It's off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. And the Thunder making a switch here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. .55 seconds left in the third quarter. And Noel kicks to Diallo. Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Now here's Rivers. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
And Oklahoma City making a change here.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to
There's one
Rivers.
2K, huh? Mario. Oh, the hell.
6 to shoot.
Goes to.
And the rejection by Noel. And it's going to be a
Oi, okay,
24-second
that's
shot
it.
clock violation. They turn it over. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Thunder out in front, up 2. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team.
Rebounds and loose balls, we gotta get them!
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's Nerlens Noel. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Dort in at the small forward position.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Rivers. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. An even 3-on-3 break. Over in the corner, Paul. Here's Noel. Makes it off the glass. Noel's got the lead up to 6 now for Oklahoma City.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Clemens, and it's good off the back rim and in. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. The Thunder leading by 4. Kicks it to Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Passes it to Muscala. It's over Tucker, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And the first one drops. So both teams making some changes here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Harden the pass to Covington. Harden outside. Tucker can't get it to go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
That one off the back iron and out.
Now, he hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
Harden outside. There's the triple. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And this is a perfect situation for them coming up. They'll be facing a lot of teams that they should beat, and those games will be at home. Can't ask for a better stretch of the schedule.
And there's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. House the pass to Covington. And they pick up 2.
An accomplished offensive player. Once Covington catches the hot hand, he rises as long as he can.
And so it's Paul bringing it up with the Thunder. They lead by 4. Harden outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That is his first foul of the game. Alinari, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Timeout called the Rockets.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappy. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
The Thunder leading by 4. Now here's Paul. Pass to Dort. Back to Paul. And he uses the glass on the layup.
So crafty inside. I mean, Paul's been successful for many years at challenging the heart of your defense.
Harden kicks to Covington. Outside Westbrook. Looking to end his cold spell. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Paul. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And the focus Paul has on these shots, takes his punishments and stays locked in on the rim. Crazy.
And that one falls for Paul. Rockets trail by 9. Harden outside. Inside. Here's Covington. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Robert Covington.
He's terrific at finding the open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Harden.
Ball against Westbrook. Paul left side. Count that bucket. Paul's got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Harden with it. Now guarded by Gallinari. And James Harden with the 3.
Harden has a super green light. And with his confidence, you might be amazed, but you're rarely surprised at any shot he makes.
Here's Paul. Adams trying to free himself up. Paul's shot is off. Offensive rebound. There's the feed to Gallinari. Shoots over Covington. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Robert Covington picks one up. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Houston now, time running out. We've got 1:08 left in the game. And that'll be Oklahoma.